welcome to duoduo Chinese. I'm Luna. Today we are going to talk about some very important questions about Chinese language. The first question is, what is Chinese language? Chinese language, we call it Hanyu in Chinese. As we know, in China, we have 56 ethnic groups, and more than 90% of the population are the Han people. The language of Han people is Chinese language, is Hanyu. Look at the map. China is very big, right? So different regions of the Han people speak the different Chinese. It means we have a lot of dialect, 方言, we call it 方言 dialect. For example, in Beijing, we speak 你好 is 你好, but in Shandong dialect, we speak 你好 is 你好. They are very different from each other. So because of the pronunciation or the way they speak Chinese, it's very hard or impossible to communicate with each other within 方言 dialects. So the national language is needed, which is 普通话, the Mandarin. 普通话 Mandarin. 普通话 is the official language. Almost everyone can speak it. So Mandarin 普通话 is the language you are exactly going to learn. So it means if you are learning Chinese, in many cases it means you are learning 普通话. The second question is, what is the Chinese characters? In Chinese, in Hanyu, we have two systems. The first one is the phonetic system. The second one is the writing system. The writing system, we use Hanzi to write. Hanzi is the Chinese characters. Look at this book. All of the words are Chinese characters. If you want to read the Chinese book or to search the Chinese website, you need to know what is the Chinese characters, and you need to learn the Chinese characters. The Chinese characters are made of the strokes. They look like some pictures, right? And in Chinese characters, they have two types. The first one is 简体字, simplified characters, 简体字. The second type is the 繁体字, the traditional Chinese characters. Now, most of the Chinese people are use this kind of the characters, 简体字. And some country or regions, they also use this one, traditional Chinese characters, 繁体字. For example, look at these two characters. The first one, ma. The second one, ma. They have the same pronunciation and they have the same meaning. Mother. Yes, but the characters are different because this one is the 简体字, simplified characters, and this one is the 繁体字, traditional Chinese characters. And 简体字is much easier than the 繁体字. So in our class or in our channel, we will use 简体字, simplified characters to teach Chinese. But if you are interested in the traditional Chinese characters, the 繁体字, you can leave your comments and we can add some traditional Chinese characters lessons in our channel. Okay. The third question is, what is pinyin? Before we already knew in Chinese it has two systems, the phonetic system and the writing system. In phonetic system, we use pinyin to read the Chinese characters. So pinyin is the pronunciation system of the Chinese. Pinyin was created to help us read the Chinese characters in an easier way. For example, these two Chinese characters, if you didn't learn it, you cannot tell how to pronounce it, right? So now you need pinyin. 你好, 你好. This is pinyin 你好. This is the characters 你好. So this pinyin tell us how to pronounce the characters. For example, this is the characters of Hanyu and this is the pinyin of Hanyu. This is the characters 方言. This is the pinyin 方言. This is the characters 普通话. This is the pinyin 普通话. So learning pinyin is very important, especially for the listening and the speaking. When you start learning the Chinese, the simple way to learn pinyin first, because it's very easier to accept for the beginners. So next few lessons, we will introduce some pinyin knowledge. These are some basic questions about Chinese language, and this is today's lesson. I hope you can learn something from this lesson. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave your comments. Thank you, 谢谢，再见，再见。